I'd like to talk about my method of keeping bees. As you may see here, I use national equipment, British national equipment, but I use brood and a half, which not everyone does these days. I think that it's got some significant advantages. Just to explain first of all what it is, it's the queen excluder is there, so the queen can use the whole of the deep chamber here and also the super on top for laying eggs, and the bees can bring on their brood. It's got lots of space in it. A lot of people think that the British National brood box just isn't sufficiently large for many of our queens and the sort of laying capacity that they've got. So extra space. There's also space for food in here as well, and I like it because it's a sort of precaution against starvation. There's always food in my hives, and so in theory at least the bees shouldn't starve. In the winter too, there's more space for more stores. Also worth saying that these days, with our very mild autumns, that the queen will often want to go on laying for longer in the season. So having more space available for the workers to store both honey and pollen is useful. So I think it's got those things going for it. There are 2 or 3 disadvantages which I'll talk about as we go along. So let's take a look at the bees. One of the things about brood and a half is that you can do a very simplified method of inspecting against swarming. This is obviously a concern. This is a reasonably strong colony and it's the height of the summer and they haven't swarmed yet. She's an old queen as well from 2 years ago. You can see there's a red drawing pin perhaps just in there. That indicates that she will be marked red, and it means that she's a 2018 queen, so she's at least 2 years old now, which is quite old these days, and so quite likely that she might swarm, though she hasn't done so yet. I should say that my bees generally aren't very swarmy, which is nice. Okay, so I'm just splitting the top super of the brood chamber and bringing it, just inching it a little bit further forward, so that when I tip it like this, I can easily see what's going on. Now, if it were swarming, there would almost certainly be queen cells visible here. So I'm especially looking up here, and at the moment I can't see any real swarm cells. There are what are called play cups here, and I can just expose it, but it's completely dry, it's not glistening at all, the bees haven't been polishing it, and there's no egg inside there. And another one there as well. Just one thing I could add, sometimes it's very dark or in shadow, and a torch can be useful as well, just to have a quick peer. And at this stage too, I might just smoke, if there are a lot of bees, as there are here, just to clear them a little bit. So a little bit of gentle smoking, just so that if there were a queen cell here, I would spot it. Okay. There are no proper queen cells, so it's not swarming, I can say. Well, can I? One of the drawbacks of this method is that it's not foolproof. It might be that the bees have got queen cells down in the deeper brood chamber there, and I'm not seeing them. That does happen. I would say it's about 85%, 90% reliable, but it's not 100%. But can I say that I don't have very swarmy bees, and also my queens are clipped, so if a swarm did go, the queen couldn't go with them and it would return in the first instance, and I could deal with it at a later stage, I would hope. So this method works very well for me. Now, I've talked a lot and spent some time doing this. I could actually do it very, very quickly.